The Cartesian product of two sets A and B is denoted as A into B, or A cross B is equal to X comma Y, such that X belongs to A and Y belongs to B. Now the relation is nothing but the subset of this Cartesian product. The subset of A cross B is called the relation. So the types of relation, we are going to study 6 types of relations: empty relation, universal relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation, transitive relation, and equivalence relation. Hello dear students, welcome to this session of mathematics class. I am Mr. Niranjan, the faculty of mathematics, Vidyashram PU College, the Temple of Excellency. Now, today I am going to discuss regarding very important chapter. The first chapter, relations and functions. This is very easiest chapter and also very interesting and very important chapter. Now, in this chapter, you might have been studied in the previous classes, that is in first PUC or 11th standard, regarding relations as well as the functions. The extension of the same chapter we are going to study here. So the extension of the same chapter we are going to study. So the first part of the chapter is the relation and the second part of the chapter is the function. So this chapter will fetch us around 11 marks for your final examination. So this is very important. All the first questions in the question paper from each part, from part 1, part 2, part 3 and from part D or from this chapter itself. So for 1 mark question, the first question is from this 1 marker 1 question, 2 marker 1 question and 3 marker 1 question and 1 5 marks question. So in this section you are going to get 1 mark 1 question, 2 mark 1 question and 3 marker 1 question and 5 marks. Totally the marks, the weightage for this is 11 marks. Very easiest. So here in this 5 marker question we are going to guess. Definitely from this you will get an invertible function, finding the inverse of a given function. So just by knowing 1 1 and onto, verifying the given function is 1 1 and onto and invertible, we are going to find the inverse. That is a very important problem that you are going to get. So that is the most expected question, is invertible function. And whereas for this 1 mark you may get one definition from a function or a relation, then a small problem. Whereas for 2 marks you may get a question from binary operations. Usually you will expect a question from binary operation. Whereas for 3 marks you are going to expect a question from relation, different types of relations. So this is how the marks has been distributed. Now let me discuss in details what are the things we are going to study. Now in first PUC you might have been studied regarding the definition for Cartesian product. Now before going to exact definition of relations and function, let me study regarding the Cartesian product. What is a Cartesian product? How to write the cross product, the Cartesian product A into B of two sets. Now let us define the Cartesian product. Let me start with the Cartesian product before going to the exact definition of relations and functions. Now, the Cartesian product of two sets A and B is denoted as A cross B, A into B. The Cartesian product of two sets A and B is denoted as A into B, or A cross B is equal to X comma Y, such that X belongs to A and Y belongs to B. That means first member is an element of A and second member is an element of B. A cross B is equal to X comma Y, such that X belongs to A and Y belongs to B. The meaning is X comma Y such that X belongs to A. First member of the set is an element of A and second member of the set is an element of B. So here let us consider, for example, let me take an example, small example. Let us consider A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to X comma Y. The Cartesian product of A and B. The Cartesian product of A and B, you might have been studied in your first PUC. I'll explain once again. The Cartesian product. first member is an element of A and all the second member are the elements of B. A cross B is equal to 1 comma X, 1 comma Y. Again take 2 comma X and 2 comma Y, 2 comma X and 2 comma Y. Next, let us take third element, 3 comma X and 3 comma Y, 3 comma X and 3 comma Y. This is called the Cartesian product. A cross B, A into B, A cross B is equal to 1 comma X, 1 comma Y. Next, 2 comma X, 2 comma Y, 3 comma X and 3 comma Y. Similarly, on the other hand, if I write B cross A, B into A. Now, let me write B cross A. B cross A is equal to B. First member are the elements of set B and second members are from the elements of the set A. So, X comma 1, then X comma 2, then X comma 3. Similarly, Y comma 1, then Y comma 2 and Y comma 3. So, this is B cross A. So, A cross B, 1X, 1 comma X, 1 comma Y, 2 comma X, 2 comma Y, 3 comma X, 3 comma Y. Whereas B cross A is equal to X comma 1, X comma 2, X comma 3, Y comma 1, Y comma 2 and Y comma 3. So, this is called the Cartesian product. Now, suppose if A comma B belongs to the set R, say for example this is R. If B cross A or A cross B is denoted as R. If A comma B belongs to the set R, we say that A is related to B. That is denoted as, if A comma B belongs to R, means this is denoted as A is related to B. A is related to B under the relation R and is denoted as A is related to B. That is, if A comma B belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, then it is denoted as A is related to B. Now what is the definition now? What is the definition of a relation? Now the relation is nothing but the subset of this Cartesian product. The subset of A cross B is called the relation. The subset of A cross B, the subset of the Cartesian product A cross B is the relation. Now let us come to the definition of a relation. Now, a relation R on a set A and B is the subset of A cross B denoted as R. A relation R on a set A and B. A relation R on a set A and B is the subset of the Cartesian product A cross B. The subset of A and B. That is Cartesian product. The subset of the Cartesian product A cross B and it is denoted as R. R is the relation. So, that is, let us consider an example. Let me take an example. If A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to 2, 3, 4. Let us define a relation. A relation R is defined from A to B as R is equal to X comma Y such that X is less than Y. Now, what is the relation defined here? It is given that R is equal to X comma Y. The condition is X is less than Y. So, you should have to write the relation given that X is less than Y. That means first element is less than the second element. That is the relation. The relation is first element is less than the second element. Write the set of all the elements which satisfies this condition. Now, let us write the Cartesian product A cross B. A into B, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, 1 into 4, again 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4, 3 comma 2, 3 comma 3 and 3 comma 4. This is A cross B. Now, here, now let us write the relation R. What is the condition given? First element is less than second element. Choose all the elements which satisfies this condition. Let us write 1 comma 2. You can write 1 comma 2 because 1 is less than 2. And we can take 1 comma 3. 1 is less than 3. 1 comma 4 because 1 is less than 4. Similarly, you cannot take this 2 comma 1 because 2 is greater than 1. Will not satisfy the given condition. So, you cannot take 2 comma 1. We can take this 2 and 3 because 2 is less than 3. And again you can take 2 comma 4, 2 comma 4 we can write. Then we cannot take this 3 comma 2 because 3 3 is greater than, and again we cannot take this 3 because 3 is equal to 3. The condition is given less than, not equal to, and again you can take 3 comma 4. So here this is the set. R is equal to, the relation is 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4 and 3 comma 4. This is the relation. So here all the elements, the first element is less than the second element, x1 is less than 2, 1 is less than 3, 1 is less than 4, 2 is less than 3, 2 is also less than 4, 3 is less than 4. You cannot take this because this is equal to, and you cannot take this also because 3 is greater than 2 and 3 is equal to 3. We cannot consider those elements because the condition given is x is less than y. First element is less than the second element. Okay. Therefore, this R, you can observe carefully that this all the elements of R are the elements of A cross B. Therefore, this R is the subset of A cross B. Right. Now, you got an idea. This R is the subset of A cross B. That means a relation is the subset of the Cartesian product. That is, a relation R on a set A and B is the subset of A cross B, denoted as A cross B. So here all the elements of R are the elements of the set A cross B. Therefore, this R is the subset of A cross B. That means the relation is the subset of A cross B. That is the definition. In general, a relation R from A to B is the subset of the Cartesian product A cross B, and it is denoted as R. So usually the elements here are represented as A is related to B, is denoted as A is related to B. Now let us come to a next problem. Now what are the number of relations from A to B? How many number of relations we can write from A to B? Suppose if a set A contains, n number of elements and B contains m number of elements, then in the number of relations from A to B is always equal to 2 to the power of number of elements in the set A and number of elements in the set B. So therefore, if a set contains A contains n elements and B contains n elements, then the number of relations from A to B can be written as 2 to the power of n into m. That is, number of elements in the first set into number of elements in the second set. The number of relations from A to B is equal to 2 to the power of n of A into n of B. Number of elements in first set into number of elements in the second set. That is, suppose if a set A contains n number of elements and the set B contains m number of elements, the number of relations from A to B is equal to 2 to the power of n into m or m into n. Now, number of relations on A itself, number of relations on A. So, that is, since A contains n number of elements means then 2 to the power of n of A into n of B, both are equal. If these two are equal means then the number of elements is nothing but 2 to the power of m into m or 2 to the power of n into n. This can be written as 2 to the power of n square or m square. Okay, the number of relations on A itself is 2 to the power of number of elements in the first set and number of elements in the second set is nothing but the same set. So n of A into n of A, that is 2 to the power of m into m, that is 2 to the power of m square or 2 to the power of n square. Now let us take a simple example. Find the number of relations on A is equal to 1, 2 and 3. So here this contains how many number of elements? N of A is equal to 3. This contains 3 elements. Okay, since the number of relations on A, the formula is 2 to the power of n into A, n into A, that is 2 to the power of n square. So that is nothing but 2 to the power of 3 into 3, that is 2 to the power of 9, 2 raised to 9 is equal to 512 on A. So the number of relations on A, 1, 2, 3, it contains 3 elements. So therefore 2 to the power of n of a into n of a, 2 to the power of n square, 3 square is nothing but 9, 3 into 3 or 3 square is 9, 2 to the power of 9 is equal to 512. So, the number of relations from a to a is 2 to the power of n square, 2 to the power of, in this case, 9 is 512. Whereas, let us consider one more example. The number of elements, find the number of relations. Number of relations we are writing. Find the number of relations from A to B, where A contains 1, 2, 3 and B contains x comma y. So, how many number of elements in A? N of A contains 3 elements. N of B contains 2 elements. So, the number of elements in the first set is 3 and the number of elements in the second set is 2. Therefore, the number of relations from A to B is 2 to the power of n of A into n of B can be written as 2 to the power of 3 into 2, 2 to the power of 6, that's equal to 64. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32 into 2 is 64. 2 to the power of 6. Hope you understood. The number of elements on the set A itself is 2 to the power of n square. That is, suppose if a set contains 3 elements, the number of relations on A is 2 to the power of 3 into 3, 2 raised to 9 is 512. The number of relations from A to B is 2 to the power of n into 2 to the power of B. That is m into n, 2 raised to mn. Usually we are representing it as 2 to the power of mn. So 2 to the power of mn, this contains 3 elements, this contains 2 elements. 2 into 3 6, 2 power 6. This is how we are going to write the number of possible relations from A to B or from A to A or from B to B. Now, after knowing the number of relations from A to B and number of relations from A to A or B to B, let us come to the next concept, types of relation. Before going to the types of relation, let me take one more example on a relation. Then I will discuss in detail regarding the types of relation. So, usually the types of relation we are going to study here is empty relation, universal relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation, transitive relation and equivalence relation. Before that, let me take one more example on the relation. Let us take a simple example. Let A is equal to 1, 2 and 3. Another set B is equal to 3, 4 and 5. Let us define a relation R is equal to A comma B such that A divides B. A divides B. That means first element will divide the second element. So, what is the relation given? A comma B such that A will divide B. Now, let us write down the Cartesian product of A and B. For finding the relation, let us write the Cartesian product first. What is A cross B? Write down A cross B. 1 comma 3, then 1 comma 4, then 1 comma 5. Next, second element 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4, then 2 comma 5. Next, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 4 and 3 comma 5. Let us write first A cross B. Now, what is the condition given? Now, we will write the relation. Now, what is the condition given? The relation is A divides B, A divides B, A will divides B. This is the condition. That means, first element will divide the second element. So, here 1 divides 3. You can divide 3 by 1. So, 1 divides 4. Again, 1 divides 5. Then, you can't divide 3 by 2. 2 cannot divide 3. Again 2 divides 4. You can divide 4 from 2. 2 cannot divide 5. You can divide 3 and 3. 3 divides 3. 3 cannot divide. This cannot be. So 3 cannot divide 5. So that means here the relation contains 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5, 2 comma 4 and 3 comma 3. See here, this will satisfy the given condition. What is the condition? First element will divide the second element, first element will divide the second element, first element will divide the second element, 2 divides 4 and 3 also divides 3. Therefore, this is the relation. This is the subset of A cross B. Right. Now, you got an idea what is a relation. Regarding relation, that means the relation is nothing but the subset of A cross B. So, denoted as A is related to B. That means if A comma B belongs to R, means this is represented as A is related to B. Now come to the types of relations. What are the types of relation? So the first one is an empty relation, next one is an universal relation, third one is the reflexive relation, symmetric relation, transitive relation and equivalence relation. All these four comes under the same group, that is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Once if the relation is reflective, symmetric and transitive, you can say it as a equivalence relation. For an equivalence relation, it must be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Now the two different are empty relation and universal relation. You know empty, it is also called void, void, empty or void relation. Empty or void means nothing, there should not be any elements. Universal relation means it's contain all the elements, and the remaining reflexive, symmetric, transitive and equivalence relation. Let me explain one by one. Now let us come to the first, empty relation. Empty relation. A relation or in a set A is called empty relation if no element of A is related to any element of A. So if no element is related, if R contains an empty set, if R is an empty, no element is related to A, then it is called an empty relation and it is denoted as null set. Null set which is also the subset of A cross A, therefore R is equal to null set which is the subset of A cross A. Now that means a relation R in a set A is called an empty relation if no element of A is related to any element of the set A. Let us consider an example. I will explain with an example. Let us take a small example. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Consider a relation R in the set A, that is A to A, defined by R is equal to A comma B, such that A minus B is equal to 10. This is the condition given. What is the condition given? If we subtract two elements, A minus B is equal to 10. See here, what is R? R is equal to A cross A, the subset of A cross A. So what is A here? A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again take A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. If I write the cross product, Cartesian product, 1 into 1, 1 into 2, similarly etc. Similarly for 2, 2 into 1, 2 into 2, etc. For 3, 3 into 3, 3 into 4, like this. From 4, 4 comma 1, 4 comma 2, etc. 4 comma 4. See, none of the elements will satisfy this condition. What is the condition? If you subtract first and second, you will get 10. 1 minus 1 is 0, you won't get 1 minus 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 plus 1. Again, if I come here, 3 minus 3, 0, 3 minus 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1 plus 3, 4 minus 2, 2, 4 minus 4, 0. None of these element will satisfy the given condition. That means R is a null set, which is an empty set. So this is also the subset of A cross A. So that means this is the example for a null relation, that is an empty relation, void relation. So here this is a void relation, empty relation, because R is equal to no element satisfies this condition, therefore this is an empty relation. Now let us come to the second one is the universal relation. Universal relation. Universal means it's all it's all universal. A relation or in a set A is called universal relation if each element of A is related to every element of A. If each element is related to every element of A, then it is called a universal relation. That is R is equal to A comma A is a universal relation. So let us consider an example. Let A be the set of all students in a school. Then let us define the relation R is equal to A comma B. What is the condition? The difference between heights of A and B is less than 3 meters. Less than 3 meters is the universal relation. The difference between the heights of two students is less than 3 meters means definitely all will comes under this group. So this is an example for an universal relation. the difference between heights of A and B is less than 3 meters is the example for a universal relation. Now let us take one more example. Let us take a relation. Let a relation R on a set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 is given by A comma B such that A plus B is less than 10. Sum of two elements is less than 2. Now write down the Cartesian product A to A. Let us take one more A, that is 1, 2 and 3. A cross A 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. This is A cross A. Now what is the relation defined? What is the condition given? A plus B is less than 10. A plus B, sum of two elements, sum of first and second element is less than 10. If first element and second element is added, if it is less than 10, then you consider those elements. See here, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, less than 10. We can take again 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, less than 10. We can take 1 plus 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, less than 10. Again 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, less than 10. 2 plus 2, 4, which is also less than 10. 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, which is less than 10. You can choose 3 plus 1, which is 4, less than 10. Again similarly 3 plus 2, less than 10. 3 plus 3, 6. 3 plus 3 is 6, which is also less than 10. So therefore the relation R is equal to 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2 and 3. That means all the elements of A cross B, all the elements of A cross B are present here. That means R is equal to the universal set, because R is nothing but A cross A. All the elements of A cross B are related or in R. Therefore, R is called an universal relation. Universal relation. Hope you followed this. That is universal relation. A relation R on the set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 given by A comma B such that A plus B is less than 10. Write down all the elements of A cross B. A cross A. R is nothing but A cross A itself. That means if R is equal to A cross A, means if the relation is equal to A cross A, means this is an example for an universal relation, because all the elements of relation are the elements of A cross A. Therefore, this is an universal relation. Here, a empty relation and the universal relation are called trivial relations. These are called as a trivial. That is empty relation and the universal relation. They are called as the trivial relation. Now, the most important type of relation is the equivalence relation. So, this equivalence relation depends upon the remaining three. Remaining three are reflexive relation, symmetric relation and the transitive relation. So, reflexive, symmetric, transitive depends on are all the basic for this equivalence relation. Therefore, this equivalence relation is very important. This equivalence relation depends upon the reflexive, symmetric and the transitive relation. Now, let us come to the next type of relation, that is reflexive relation. These are very important: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Usually you will get 1 3-mark or question based on this reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Let me explain in detail what is reflexive. Reflexive means what? Reflection. The reflect same. If you stand in front of a mirror, what you will see? The same image. That is the reflection. So that means reflexive relation. A relation R in a set A is called reflexive relation if A comma A belongs to R. If A comma A belongs to R, A comma A belongs to R, B comma B belongs to R. For example, if elements are taken 1, 2, 3, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, such elements comes under this reflexive relation. So, a relation R in a set A is called the reflexive relation if A comma A belongs to R. For every A belongs to A comma A belongs to R, B comma B, C comma C belongs to R, then R is called reflexive. Okay. A relation R in a set A is called reflexive if A comma A belongs to R, for every A belongs to A. Now the second type of relation is the symmetric opposite. How it is symmetric? So if A comma B belongs to R implies that B comma A also belongs to R for all A, B belongs to A. For any two elements of the set A comma B belongs to A, if A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A also belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A also belongs to R, then it is called a symmetric relation. For example, if 1 comma 2 belongs to R means then 2 comma 1 also belongs to R. If this condition is satisfied, then you are going to say that the relation is a symmetric relation. That is, if A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A also belongs to R for all A, B belongs to A, that is A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A belongs to R, then the relation is called a symmetric relation. First one is a reflexive, A comma A, B comma B belongs to R. Second one is the symmetric means A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A also belongs to R. Next, third one is the transitive relation. This is also important. So for all any three elements A comma B comma C belongs to R, for any three elements A, B, C belongs to R, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R implies that A comma C also belongs to R. That is, if A, B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R implies A comma C also belongs to R. That is, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, this implies A and C, A comma C also belongs to R. A and C also belongs to R. For example, let us take if 1 comma 2 belongs to R and 2 comma 3 belongs to R, then this implies 1 and 3 also belongs to R. I will explain while solving the problems. Just for the time being, I am giving the example. Okay, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R implies A comma C also belongs to R. That is, if 1 comma 2 belongs to R and 2 comma 3 belongs to R implies 1 and 3 also belongs to R, then it is called an transitive relation. So the very important type of relations are reflexive relation, A comma A belongs to R. Symmetric, A comma B implies A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A also belongs to R. Third one is the transitive, A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R implies A comma C also belongs to R. A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R implies A comma C also belongs to R. Then it is called a transitive. Reflexive, symmetric and transitive. R satisfies these three conditions. If a relation R satisfies all these three conditions, then we are going to say that the relation is a equivalence relation. Now, hope you understood the types of relations. So, the types of relations are, first one is the empty relation. A relation R in a set A is called the empty relation if no element of A is related to any element of A, that is R is equal to null set, that is null, which is a subset of A cross A, and this is an example. The second one is an universal relation. A relation R in a set A is called universal relation if each element of A is related to every element of A, that is R is equal to A cross universe. This is an example for a universal relation. Now the third type of relation is the reflexive relation. A comma A belongs to R is the reflexive, and the symmetric relation is for all AB belongs to the set A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A also belongs to R is the transitive relation. If A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R implies A comma C also belongs to R for all A, B, C belongs to the set A or R. This is denoted as A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R implies A comma C also belongs to R, then it is called as a transitive. If these three relations are satisfied, then the relation R is called an equivalence relation. So that we will discuss in the next class. In the next class, I will discuss the equivalence relation and the problems based on problems for these reflexive, symmetric, transitive relations. Thank you very much. Let us meet in the next class.